Hello, welcome to Paac Friday. It's David Locke. Hope you're good. Sorry, there's no sophistication here today. I'm about 10 minutes to have to leave to the bus. I don't have time to do anything with headsets and phones and stuff like that. I just put on my socks, basically. I'm dressed. I mean, it's not anything crazy or anything. All right, so for those of you that just tuned in, we'll do this on Fridays. We'll probably do it in this format. You can ask questions on the Google question and error. If it lets us right now, it just said there's an error loading that app. Google has not always been my friend recently, and that seems to be the case as well today. I don't know. The hotel internet is down, and so now it's up. So I'm using my data card, so it might not be as fast. So, all right, let's just get right to it. Paac is an offensive rating system that I've created that I believe in very strongly. The way it works is you take a player, let's say he uses 10 possessions in the game, and then we look at what the average player, actually scoring opportunities, not possessions. I don't count turnovers, are not a negative here. And then I take what the average player in the league would do with those 10 possessions, and then we look at that player, and we compare them. So let me put it in a position. This will also explain to you why the Warriors may never lose. So let's take I have a lot of windows open. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just close a bunch of stuff, and hopefully that'll speed us up a little bit. Okay. Trying to screen share with you, and it is not giving me the screen, of course, that I want at this time. So let me see if I close everything else down, including my game notes, then you'll know what's up. So this actually, I've been looking at this a lot because I do think it explains a little bit of how incredible the Warriors are right now and why the Warriors, frankly, may never lose. So let's see if we can get this to screen share for the three of you that are watching. All right, so this is last year's Paac leaders that you have up on the screen right now. And the reason I have that relevantly on the screen right now is because if you look, Durant led the league in Paac last year, 4 points above average created. So what it means is that last year, Durant took 20.1 scoring opportunities a night, and in those, he scored 4 points more than the average player in the league. Steph was at 3.9, Harden was at 3.2, Kyle Korver was at 2.9, Tyson Chandler 2.4, Anthony Davis 2.3, JJ Redick 2.3, Klay Thompson 2.1, and Chris Paul at 2. Here's what's most relevant about this. There were only 9 players at 2 or higher last year, okay? 9 players at 2 or higher. There were only 16 players at 1.5 or higher, Paac. And then if you go all the way to higher than 1 or 1 or higher, you end up with 36 players at 1 or higher. And the reason this is relevant is because I'm about to show you Steph Curry's Paac. And when you remember those numbers of how few players are above or below where Steph Curry is, then this should make some sense to you. And what I mean by that, of why it will make some sense to you, is because it'll show you the dominance of Steph this year. So if we look at the best Paac player this year, we are at Steph Curry with an incredible 8.0. Kevin Durant is second at 4.6. Joffrey Laverne is at 3.5. He has only played 19 minutes a game. He's still that impactful. He's only played 3 games, though. JJ Redick is at 3.2. Blake Griffin's at 3.1. And Dirk Nowitzki's at 3. Those are the best players in the league. Let's consider something here for a second. Let's consider for a brief moment that what's taking place here. I'm actually going to delete these 3 columns, to let us see more. Steph is at 8.0. The next closest is Durant. If we eliminate Lavernier for the conversation, Steph is 4.8 points better than every per average per game than every player in the league. And there's only 9 guys last year that were a 2. And Steph's 4.8 points better per game than every other player in the league. And let me say it again, there were only 9 players that actually had a 2 above average. Right? There's no way you can catch the Warriors if Steph has an average night the way he's playing right now. It's unheard of. Blake's at 3.1. Dirk's amazing. Dirk's the 5th best offensive player in the NBA, 37 years old. We'll see him tonight at 3.0. So it's insane. If you have any questions, you can throw them up on the Google Plus right now. If you have a team you want to see or something like that. I don't know if that last sequence made sense, and I'm a little nervous that I'm seeing that my screen is not changing from your screen, at least on my Hangout. So maybe this isn't working because of lack of internet speed, but I promised you I would do it, so I thought I'd try. The worst in the league are the following. The worst in the league is Robert Covington at minus 5.2, Emmanuel Mudiay at minus 4.6. Those are astronomically bad. Derrick Rose at minus 3.2, Markieff Morris minus 3.2, Terry Rozier minus 2.9, Victor Oladipo at minus 2.8, which is why Orlando was so good when he didn't play or hasn't played. Kobe at minus 2.8, Joe Johnson 2.8, Trevor Booker at 2.7, Corey Brewer at minus 2.6, part of the reason Houston's struggling. Tyus Johnson, Nerlens Noel, major problem. He's turning it over 21% of his possessions as well. Ty Lawson minus 2.5. Now you suddenly know why Houston's not very good. Sasha Vucevic, Andre Nelson, Elfrid Payton. So putting Payton minus 2 with Oladipo, and you got a real problem there. I've got about another 3-4 minutes on this. And as I said, I'm a little nervous that it's not actually working correctly, so I'm probably wasting my time and risking being late for the bus, and they don't wait for me. But if we go to Utah, which I'm sure everybody's interested in, and I'm gonna unzoom us a little bit just so you can see everybody on the Jazz. Joe Ingles is at 1.0 with Trey Burke. Derek Favors at 0.8. Alec Burks at 0.7. Jeff Withey at 0.4. Rudy at 0.3. Rodney at 0.3. Just think about this for a second. We're pretty good. If Steph goes 8 above average, and this is what we got, there's no way we can match that. There's like no way we can match it, right? Tibor Pleiss is at minus 0.1. Elijah at minus 0.5. Chris Johnson at minus 0.6. Gordon's at minus 1.1, which is a problem. He's got to get it up. Neto at minus 1.2. Lyles at 1.4, and then Book. So that's where the Jazz stand. Here, let me put this into another context of why you keep hearing me talk about the Warriors winning 70 games. And remember, the Warriors are elite defensively too, but I mean, this is just if they just could beat you offensively, they could. So Steph is at 8.0. The rest of them are positive too. Bogut, Barnes, Green, Iguodala, Zealy, Klay Thompson, Ian Clark even, Jason Thompson. Livingston's basically even. McAdoo doesn't play. Rush should never play. Barbosa was out last night. He's minus 0.9. And Spates has not been good at minus 1.6, but he got a little bit better last night, and Klay Thompson will play for him. So, Jason Thompson will play for him. So it's not only that Steph is an 8 and nobody's close to that. I mean, it's an incredible number. It's the most dominating singular offensive season that we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. It's that nobody else is even close along the way. All right, that's quickly. I just want to do that quickly to show it to you, give you an idea of what we're going to do. I'm a little nervous that none of this worked. Someone will have to give me feedback. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of you that are watching, but that has been a quick Paac Friday.